Ugh, loop again. Fuck's sakes. Right, big up everybody. We're back. Welcome back to another episode of Shameless FC. It's good to be back. Not under the best circumstances. Lost again. Lost at Anfield again. But hey, I don't know why you're laughing about it. But hey, we're going to delve into all of the games of the weekend. Probably touch on the midweek games a little bit, but I mean, nothing really happened by the Real Madrid game in terms of real shocks, although I probably missed a result or two. But we're going to do most of the Premier League games regardless. We're going to be touching on West Ham, Leicester, Man United, Arsenal, obviously the Liverpool-Chelsea game, but Ryan is on Ryan timing, so we're going to have to hold that for a little bit. But yeah, hit the like button, subscribe, sub to everybody's channels, follow everybody's Twitters. The links are all down in the description below. Hit the likes, subscribe. We are... as always, sponsored by Jerseys FC. So if you guys want to get your hands on the best affordable football kits, use the link down in the description below and use the code CarefreeLewisG for 20% off at checkout for all kits. Not just the Chelsea ones, international, retros. Even if you want a rival shirt, you can use the code for that as well. Where we don't discriminate over here, except against Arsenal fans. But we move. Yeah, hit the like, subscribe. Super Chat lottery still active. And yeah, welcome to the show. Mike.
Lottery.
Not yet, but the October Super Chat lottery is still running, so you might get it.
Did I not win in September, bro? I thought I put the Super Chat in of the year, bro, in September.
Nah, the luck of the draw, innit? Luck of the draw. Who won it? It was CJ. CJ won it. And yeah, your kit just arrived today as well. So I'm going to get that posted whenever I remember because I still need to send last month's out. So yeah, I'll get them all done tomorrow. But everyone's kit's still sorted. Mikes, have you recovered from the weekend? I won't ask if you had a good weekend, but have you recovered?
At this point, I don't care. About this club. So nothing really. I haven't cared for a few weeks, so I don't really care. But big up to everyone as usual. Big up the chat. Big up the panel as always. It's always good to be here. Just as long as we talk about my club a bit less. That's it. Big up Charlie from my channel.
Yeah, chat's already asking for it. Bless up for the redirect as well. Shout out to LFC Sai for joining the membership too.
Big up, Simon.
And yeah, everybody sub to Mike's channel. Everyone sub to Flawless. Beyond the 90 as well. Ryan and Cam ain't got channels, but their Twitters are down in the description, so follow them up on there. Flawless, you had a good weekend. I'm assuming. How was the weekend?
Yeah, it was a good weekend, man. It wasn't we got a win. Obviously, we'll delve into it further in the United section, but it feels strange talking about a win for Manchester United. I think it's our first win in like 5. So just hella draws it's been. Just pure draws. But big up for having me on, as always, man. Much appreciated. And yeah, looking forward to the show. Because for once, we are not the main event, thankfully. We're even in the title. Great. Means we're doing something right. Normally we're in the title. So yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm glad that you're happy, genuinely, because I don't see you happy a lot when it comes to football.
I beg you, pause. Sorry. I beg you, introduce Neil before me. I need to get my drink 1 minute.
Yeah, no worries. So, yeah, we're gonna do that anyway. We're gonna start with Arsenal. It's all good. But yeah, get your drink, bro. Big up to Charlie saying let's just skip the West Ham section.
Big up, Charlie.
We'll make it a short section, innit? We gotta delve on it a little bit, but we'll make it a shorter section for you because I get it. We were there last season. I understand what it's like to be under the reign of a terrorist. Like I said to Flawless, after 1 year of the Poch era, I am genuinely apologetic for all of my Ollie prop because I can only imagine how unbearable it was. I genuinely wanted to fight people after games.
For 3 years.
Yeah.
Long 2.5 years. And we just went from terrorist to what we thought was a non-terrorist to another terrorist.
Terrorist in disguise.
That's what we've done as well. We've done that as well. We just have a Spanish version.
The whole time I've known you.
Yeah. The whole time you've known me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna I'll crush it out on the whole fan base, but I'll get to that later.
Bro, you moving just like me last season. I understand. Neil, what a comeback, first off. And how's your weekend been, bro?
Weekend was all right. Game was good. And then it wasn't. Well, it wasn't, and then it was. We'll get into that. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how we move forward. Still what we got the change, but the change, well, we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, man, at the end of the day, 3 more points close to safety. That's all that matters this season. You know what I mean? So take these wins, kind of push them further down, create more gap between the bottom 3. And we roll on to the next game. It's Forest, which will be on the Friday.
Ooh, Derby weekend. Nice. I didn't even clock that. Cam, big up, my guy. Hope you've
Big up.
recovered from the weekend. At least you guys got a win this evening.
Hmm?
On goal tax and everything. But I mean, 3 points is 3 points. You got to say that now of it being a Champions League table and everything. But how are you doing? How are you doing, bro?
I'm just recovering from my cherry coke right now, you know.
Oh, you beat us
That
to the
means 12 for
cherry
your
jokes.
club.
Fairs.
Bro, I put that up on Saturday, bro. Anyway, yeah, no, it's been all right, man. Dead game today. You know, we were lucky as per, but to be honest with you, it was shit anyway. Didn't even watch the game on Saturday. I'll be real. Couldn't be asked.
Do you know what? Fair play. Fair play. Okay, cool. We're going to spare talking about the game then. You saw the highlights, at least in the penalty situation, right?
Yeah.
Now, you're not with these Arsenal fans crying and moaning about being robbed, are you? Because like it's easily seen that could have been a red card. There's last man in it. Like for me as well with Tosin. I don't know if you saw the Liverpool
Shout out
game.
Babs and Eagle.
It could have been a red for that too.
What pissed me off about that was the fact that it was the inconsistency when we saw it the exact same the next day, the exact same fucking foul, and man got away with it. You know what I mean? Man got a yellow for it. That's what pissed me off. But I thought it was a red card regardless. I said, look, last man. I didn't realize yet because I thought it was a free game ban, but I didn't realize they changed the rules to depending on what you got sent off for.
Yeah, it's only 3 games for violent conduct now.
Yeah, I generally thought it was just like the old rules. You get 3, you know, two yellows equals 1, and a red is a 1 match, and then a free match is 1.
I don't know if that was the rules for last season or if it was changed a few seasons ago. I know it's a recent rule change and everything. It's a shame because it would have meant Saliba is out of the Chelsea game too. But yeah, like definite red card for that one. Tosin, I think, got away with it just because it was a little bit further away. I think it started in Liverpool's half. But even then, if he had got a red for it, I mean, I kind of get it.
That's the only thing. I wasn't complaining about the red. I thought that was a red. What pisses me off is about the whole situation with like it doesn't piss me off like that, but you know, it's annoying. It's where I'll put it in an example. Everyone saw the clip with both Bavs and Northside. Big up both of them, by the way.
Yeah.
But everyone saw that clip. Yeah. I actually
great content.
I actually watched the 20-minute clip. I don't know if anyone watched the 20-minute clip.
No, I was watching it live. I was randomly popped into
20
Northside
minutes
stream and
clip.
then yeah. No, they were on a live stream. I think Northside was reacting to Babs.
Yeah, I didn't watch the live.
And Babs was in stream and joined in.
But he put up.
They went back and forth for like an hour.
That day that clip came out, like an hour before that clip came out, or whatever it was. I don't know if it was the same day, but when I saw it anyway, I had watched the actual 20-minute clip Northside put up, and he put him to and one of them asked the other one a question. Do you feel like our squad depth has got better than what it was? Oh, Bavs put the question to Northside saying, do you feel like our squad depth's got better than what it was 3 years ago?
Yeah.
And I didn't want to say nothing when I was watching it. I was just like, let's see how this one goes. And literally 48 hours later,
Another injury.
another fucking injury. So
I swear, you guys rode your luck with injuries for so long, and now it's just
I'm looking at
bang,
it now
bang.
like, yo, listen. At the end of the day, I know Northside. Obviously, I've met him. You know what I'm saying? He's a cool guy. I've never met Babs. I've never spoke to Babs like that. Never even been on a stream with Babs. I just get pissed off with Babs' opinions about Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? I don't take it personal on when people go personal and shit. I wouldn't. That's not me.
Yeah, you just disagree with his takes and everything.
I get pissed off with it. It might seem like a personal thing because of the way I come across, but I would never actually personally insult you. I'll insult you about your opinion on a certain team, but that's just
but that's the way it should be. Attack the take, not the individual. That's just football.
Because outside of football,
unless it's Ryan. think he can get away
I
with
mean,
this.
right,
You know,
yeah,
I was gonna make the same
That's
joke,
what-
you know.
that-
There was
that's
low
what-
hanging
that's
fruit.
what-
I was
that's
thinking
how
of
you
the
do that,
same
Neil, innit?
exact
That's how
joke,
do
you
that,
know.
innit?
You man, I
Same
swear
exact
down.
joke. Hey, not just to clarify to the chat, you lot can't attack Ryan personally. That's too far. We're allowed to. You know what I'm saying? We're allowed to.
We
You
have
lot
that
are
And
not.
he's
personal
late anyway,
relationship.
so he can hold
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Like we can,
listen,
you
I'm
lot
just
can't.
gonna say, innit?
Pick up the
By
t-shirt,
the way,
flawless.
hey, listen, that's what I'm saying. By the way, big up. Hey, I know I'm late. Happy belated 16 out of 10, by the way.
You already know, man.
From 16. But yeah, anyway, as I was going, but yeah, so it's just the opinions. So when they're talking about like the squad depth's got better, and I don't know where they feel like it's got better. Because
Probably at centre back.
no,
Definitely
yeah,
a
no,
centre back.
no, centre back I'll give them. But when they were talking, like I think Northside, or they were trying to talk about the attacking wise. I don't know where it's got better, because attacking wise, if anything, we got worse. I'd actually rather.
Who did you lose?
I don't think you got better.
Who did you lose from
No,
last
I'd
season?
rather-
Who was? Hey, Cam. Who was there last season that's not there now from an attacking standpoint? Did you lose anyone?
It's Reece Nelson and Ketia.
No, I don't
And-
mean
Smith Rowe.
just from last season.
Yeah,
I
Smith Rowe.
mean from 3 years ago.
But
Like,
surely that
Pepe
was the
and him.
conversation it was having was last season and this season, not overall.
No,
Nobody
the
told you?
conversation they were having
Go
about
on.
that, what I've just brought up, was from 3 years ago.
Oh, so they're saying free. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, right.
Babs was asking him, do you feel
Okay.
like this? That's what I'm saying. From 3 years ago, do you feel like the squad depth's got better? And in some parts, you can say, yeah, defensively, yeah, we've got a lot better. I'll give Arteta that. But attackively, offensively, we're shit, bro. I don't know what it is. Like, I love Saka, innit? The reason why I criticize Saka so much over most Arsenal players, because he is our best player. Do you know what I mean? He is he's the biggest.
Because you're so
potential right now.
reliant on him. I hear it.
But it's not even about relying on him yet. He's in that whole squad, barring. I mean, you can see other players, and I'm talking just offensively. I'm not talking about defensively. Out of our whole squad, you can say he is our best player in that squad.
Yeah.
And the reason why I get so upset with him, and Arsenal fans get onto me about getting onto him, is because I've seen him do what he done 2 years ago for about 6-7 months. And if you remember Flawless, I said it in January of that same year when we beat you, and Ryan likes to bring it up how I flip-flopped on Arteta when I actually said I'll actually give him a chance now. Do you know what I
that's
mean?
right.
I'm technically Arteta in, but not like that. Like, I'll give him a chance. I'll give him to the end of the season, see what he does. If he can get me to, and I remember the conversation. I said, if he can get me to 85 to 90 points, whether that wins us the league or not, I don't know. But then I'll give him the next season, which was last season. Yeah, and he flopped. So this is
The make or break season.
Yeah, no, it's not. Well, for Arteta,
No, you're past that. Yeah, that was last
yeah,
season.
no. But what I'm saying is, for Saka, I've seen him hit these levels, bro. I've seen him hit these levels consistently. And I said it, if he doesn't start resting Saka, this man is going to go through most games where he's not going to be playing well. He's always going to have that world-class cross about him. Don't get it wrong. Like, he's got that on pinpoint accuracy, dot on, like.
And to be honest, like he started the season really well. It's just he's finally
he's not-
pulled up with something.
But that's
Because
the
he's
thing.
been played
But
for so long.
What I'm saying is, I'm not. Do you know what it is? I'm not trying to actually like say he's shit. He's got shit. He just hasn't got better than what he was before. That's what I'm trying to say.
Stagnated.
Yeah. He's not better than what he's statistically. Yeah, I know he's.
If anything, it just comes down to overall to just you're relying on him way too much. And like
Well, that's the thing, and then that's
the
why
thing
I
on
was calling-
Saturday was just one extra point to add
Well,
to it.
that's-
Because you look at
that's
the
what
rest
I'm
of the
saying.
attack, Martinelli, Havertz, all of them, like they aren't at the same level.
Exactly, and I'm not being funny. This is why I was calling on for a right winger from 2 years ago. I actually want to play Jesus in the right wing from 2 years ago, and have an actual striker.
But I know, but Jesus looks rubbed out now.
Yeah, nah, he's shit. But I'm talking about 2 years ago when we first signed.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's better than.
And then we bring in an actual striker, but you know, Arteta and strikers, I don't know what it is. He's got this obsession. This is the problem with Arteta, yeah. And this is what pisses me off about the Arsenal fans that back him so much is you can't see his stubbornness, bro. Like he's so. I've clocked it. I've clocked it. In today's game, especially, yeah, we were right first half. We were
I
decent.
thought you're the better team, yeah, by far. It's just
Bruv, I didn't. Yeah, I thought
like Jesus was very
didn't have
wasteful
no
when he was on
problem.
the ball.
To be fair, yeah, I didn't watch the first 20 minutes because I was busy. But from what I saw, we didn't look like we were struggling anywhere. We looked like we was on top of the game when they attacked.
Yeah, every time they were like, there was rare times where Shakhtar were transitioning, and you guys handled it fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When they were
Second
transitioning,
half, there was a few more bozo moments.
This is what I was about to get onto. So when we went in first half, I don't know what Arteta was thinking about. This guy needs to stop this number 5 at right back, bruv. I'm sorry, it does not work, bruv. It does not fucking work, bro. The guy is slow. Bruv, put him in a race with a fucking tortoise, and he will still fucking lose, bruv. And I'm not talking about no tortoise in the hair shit. I'm talking about a real fucking tortoise, bruv. Like, he's so slow, bruv. Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking about, this inverted bullshit with number 5. I get it if you're doing it with like a right back who's got the credentials as a right back and like a Trent. You know what I'm saying? Trent's got a nice shot on him. He's got a nice pass on him. He's got vision. You guys, I get it if you've got a player like the Party's not that kind of player, bruv. And then you saw it in the second half.
I agree, you shouldn't be playing right back. I agree.
But that's what I'm trying to say. When you saw it in the second half, he brings off Ben White. He brings off Ben White. I don't know who the fuck this Moreno guy is, bruv. He's so shit, bruv. Like every game I've seen him play, I generally don't. I'd never see him touch the ball, bruv.
He's too busy trying to focus on duel winning.
Bro,
anytime I see him, it's either a 50-50 or a sideways pass. I genuinely can't believe this is the man that was getting hyped all summer.
I said it from the summer, yeah. He's
just
shit,
like Spanish rice.
Yep.
Paella.
He's paella.
Yeah.
Paella, bro. Paella with rice.
I said he's Spanish rice.
Paella with fucking
it's the same thing. Like,
he's not even
just
Paella,
Spanish
bro.
right. He's just a centre back. He's just a left footed one.
Not even that. He's just Uncle Ben's out the packet.
Uncle Ben's is too nice to talk because Uncle Ben's rice bangs, fam. Let's be real, fam.
Plays like he's on the packet.
Just cook your own rice, bruv.
Yeah, bruv.
Rice isn't. That's a whole other thing. I struggle cooking
I
rice,
was gonna
man.
say that's the Asian side of me going, come on, bro. Can't have
I struggle with it cooking rice. That is tough. Like, I ain't the best cook. Yeah,
that's like cooking toast. What are you on about?
This is not. This is really not.
Or get a rice cooker.
No, if you get that
Rice
cooker, easy.
yeah, just simplify with technology.
Anyway, yeah. So I'll quickly.
What I'm saying is the rice isn't to the level of the standard. Like, obviously, man's had. Never mind. Whole different conversation. Sorry, Cam.
Yeah, no. So I'll quickly round this up in it. So like I said,
Cam would rather talk about rice out the packet than his team at the moment. To be honest.
To be fair, yeah. I actually would, to be fair. Hey, so what rice do you like, guys? Like, I'm personally, I'm basmati. You know, that's my
basmati rice.
Long grain.
A long grain.
Basmati until Declan ruined it.
Yeah,
I'm not a rice fan.
What is that, Declan or actual rice?
Just a general.
You don't like rice? For true.
Brother, I'm
memories,
I was just fed rice, bro. Like,
you just fed up of it.
Every time I go around my nan's house,
He
it's
was
just
fed,
curry
he was fed
rice, chapati, bro. I'm done with that now, man.
Shout out Nana, man. She a real one.
No more rice for me, bro.
It'll come back.
But anyway, I'll quickly round this up. So like I was saying, you see it in today's game. That second half, I don't know what happened, bro. We put Partey as right back. I'm surprised they never scored, to be honest, man. But they weren't great anyway themselves. But I'm surprised
Lack of quality, innit?
Yeah, I'm surprised they never scored. I was waiting for the goal, to be honest with you. I was waiting for the goal because barring the first maybe 5 minutes of the second half, we did fuck all. We did really fuck all. Sterling did fuck all. Now I see, like I said in that, remember, was it a tweet or whatever I said a couple of weeks back when Sterling came on and I said, now I see why Chelsea got so frustrated over 2 years with this guy.
Oh,
but we did fuck all today, bruv. Martinelli, he was all right. He played all right. I'm not going to sit here and like say he was shit, but barring the goal, he didn't really do too much. Like, yeah, he had a couple shots here and there. He did do. I mean, I rated his link.
The goal was lucky.
The goal was lucky, 100%. But I mean, I rated his link-up play today. But he wasn't like spectacular, but I'll give it to him today. He's probably our best player on the pitch, barring the defense lot. But even they weren't great. It was just like I say, because they lack quality. We didn't really have to do much defensively. It was just shit, bro. It was just fucking shit. I don't know how these Arsenal fans think we're gonna win the league or Champions League with this team, bro. Like, I don't
I know it is. It's straight hopium at this point because last season you had to and you didn't. Now you've got given one more year. You just have to pretend you can do it again.
This is the problem, yeah.
Now you look less likely than last year.
No, but these are the same. But this is my problem, right, with these fans, yeah. Right, it's not a problem like that, but this is my problem with these fans, innit? Yeah, is they'll say they'll do their positivity bullshit in earlier on in the season. You know, it'll get to January, right? Then, you know, in December when all the links are starting, you know, oh, we're linked to this player and they're linked to that player, and oh, they could potentially be a player going to that team, and you know, all the bullshit PR that will come out.
Suddenly it'll be like we need a striker again.
Yeah, that will come out. Then they'll be like, oh, we're close to getting this striker, maybe. Oh, did you hear? I heard that my close sources told me that we're in talks with Osherman, and it's like, bruv, you stop chatting shit, bruv. I don't. Yeah, you can do.
It does things to silence the fans. That's what it does, and then it doesn't come true, and then. The thing is, you've got to learn from your mistakes because
they're going to use someone from the Saudi league.
This is the problem.
They'll bring Benzema rumors back again or something.
They're right. They're right. They're rarely right. Sorry. So when they're rarely right.
Tony on loan. That will be it. Tony on loan.
But this is the thing. Like they say all this stuff, and then we get to the end of the January transfer window. We'll probably end up. Hopefully not this transfer window, but you know it's Arsenal. We'll get to the end of the January transfer window. Turns out it's been quite a disappointing one. But then you see these positive fans try and flip it like, well, you know, we got Jorginho for this, and well, you know, we got Trossard for that. It's like, bro, allow all this bullshit, bro. Like we had a bullshit window, bro. Let's be real, fam. It was an underwhelming window. We needed a better window to that, and because of that window, and it happened. I don't
need the goal scorer.
It happened 3 years in a row, right? From January, it happened the first year when we flopped top 4. It happened the first year when we flopped the title, and then it happened last year when we flopped the title. We didn't have a great transfer window, but we had these positive fans trying to flip the transfers that we did bring in. Oh yeah, but they're good for this and the backup here, and I get Mikel Arteta's. And then when it gets nearer to the end of the season and we flop, then it's them wanting to give the oh, do you know what? Maybe Arteta needs to take credibility here, responsibility here, and yeah, the players need to take. It's a fucking common thing every single year, and I clocked it with every single one of these fans. That's why I don't argue with these Arsenal fans no more. That's why if I was on the stream with any of these positive fans, I'll say what I'm saying now, yeah, and then I'll just let the season play out. I won't even say nothing for the rest of the season. I'll let the season play out, and I'll let you just watch their videos week in, week out, and you'll see how it happens. And then by the end of the season, you're going to sit there and laugh and say, do you know what?
Because we've done it every year.
Yeah, because Cam called this.
From 06. So, you know that's another one for everyone. Cam was the first Arteta out guy ever.
I was Wenger out guy, bro. I was a
Wenger. Fucking hell, yeah, sorry.
I was Wenger out, but, you know, who cares?
Arta, the big saying, man. You already know, man. Why argue with an Arsenal fan when you can just wait? Time beats them.
But the argument is fun because you know what's on the horizon. So
but
it's always
that's just for clippable content and
do you notice?
Yeah, you said this.
I'll let you lot move on in it, yeah. But let me just say one last thing in it. Do you notice when the negative Arsenal fans are beefing, they're mainly beefing the positive Arsenal fans. But when the positive Arsenal fans are beefing, they're beefing the rivals. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get that still.
Not
the
really.
So when I'm saying so when the negative fans like me and all that,
because I'd assume the positives are beefing them too.
No, when I realized what I said after I said that, let me give a little bit more context to make more sense. Yeah. So what I mean is when the negative Arsenal fans have more of a problem, I should have said more of a problem. They have more of a problem with the positive fans. But when it's the positive fans with the problem, they have it with the rival fans. But it's always...
I'd say the rivals and the negatives. Like, they've got more people they're beefing with.
What I'm saying is, then it all comes back full circle when it comes to the end of the season, that even though the positive fans don't want to, you know, actually be like, oh, you know what, they were right in some aspects. You know what, they're not all the right. I'm not even saying giving us all the, you know, oh, we were right the whole time. No, just be like, look, all right, yeah, I see where they're coming
That's what I was
from.
looking for now. Before you carry on, Cam. Yeah, NBA watch-alongs tonight. Yes, over on the playback. Sorry to cut you off, Cam. That's what I'm literally looking for now.
I'm gonna move on from this anyway. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So when there's beef, it's normally like, I can't think of another way to say it. I know what I'm trying to say, innit? But I can't.
You can't put the words to put it together.
Yeah, do you know? It's one of them ones. Like, I know what I'm trying to say, but it's.
But you were right, man. Like, Arsenal, you called it spot on. For everyone who called it, you ain't even negative. That's the crazy part. You're not negative.
It's negative because they don't like it. It goes against the narrative.
Because they'd rather blame you or blame another fan than actually blame the people at fault.
And this is the
rather
problem
than hold the club and the manager and your favourite players accountable.
This is the problem.
Right, let's blame Cam.
This is the problem, Flawless. This is the problem. It's exactly that. They would rather.
Look at the positives. Your number one trending team.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes sense for YouTube.
They'd rather go back and forth.
Scary Arsenal and all that.
Their positive points, right? They'd rather go back and forth about trying to prove their positive points. Yeah.
Third, bruv.
Then actually talk about what's really happening. So they try and catch the negative fans out and try and get them heated. I noticed it with the whole north side of Bav's thing. I understand why it looked like Bav's cooked him, because Northside just got heated, bruv. If he didn't get heated, I'm not saying Northside would have cooked him, but it would have been different. But I could see Northside getting heated because Bavs was playing it smart. I'll give it to him. He was playing smart, bro. The way he was flipping it, like the questions and all that, like the way he was perceiving it, it was like heating up. Like, you're not answering my question, Pop. No. But he was answering the question. But do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
yeah, like he was trying to they were both trying to rattle each other.
They were trying to rattle each other, but Babs wasn't biting the bait, whereas Northside was.
Babs is very good at that from being on this show before. Babs is very good at doing that, really, like flipping it, changing it. But you've got to keep on him, because what you're thinking, no, that's not what you said earlier, because he'll flip it and he'll go in a different direction. If you follow him, you'll lose. But you've got to stick to your point and kind of like nail it into him a few times, and he will surrender eventually. But
Pause. Yeah.
But yeah, sorry. Let me move on, because I know Flawless.
Pause.
Hey, yo.
That was a bit crazy. You're my guy, Neil, but I was a bit mad. You know what I'm saying? That was it. Hey, blame Mikez, man. I wasn't even going to say nothing. Blame Mikez, man. It's the new guy, man. Blame Mikez. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Arsenal fans, quickly, before we move on, just remember that, yeah? We got cherried, bruv. Hey,
come on.
Our cherry,
that
bruv.
sounds like another pause.
Yeah, no, that's a pause.
Hey, yo.
That's why I said big.
Wait, what's that?
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean?
That was the music playing. That threw. I thought I had another tab. They threw me off. That's why I was like, I thought I had another tab open. I had to just double check. I was like,
she did not leave my porn tab open. Oh, she has Pornhub open.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's your Vine tab.
That's crazy.
Just before we move on, Cam, any hope for the Liverpool game?
Or is that going to be broadcast on Pornhub as well?
Maybe. Depends on the scoreline.
Listen, on Flawless's screen, it probably will be.
Wait, what? Yo, what is going on? What is happening?
The stream has got so left for the last.
Yo, what is happening? I don't know why you
Flawless
guys
is so
about.
lost.
Yeah,
I get where you're coming from.
Any hope?
Flawless, watching the other tab.
Yeah.
Any hope? No. Oh, I mean, it depends on the Californian Saka news, because they said in the game that Saka's he's a big doubt for Liverpool, so it depends.
There's
on
some physio scouts saying that the mechanism of the injury is indicative of an MCL injury. So potentially that, but who knows? They still have to
It's gonna
check
be a
it,
long
so we'll
words,
find
bro.
out tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm going, to be honest with you, my only hope is to get a draw. I want us to win, obviously, but realistically, I hope we just draw. Don't lose. Just don't fucking lose. That's it, bro. Otherwise, then we are out of the race.
Yeah, because your run of games after ain't good either. You got Newcastle, then you got to come to the bridge.
And I don't want to play
Newcastle a
Chelsea
bit
right now.
mid though. Let's be
I
honest.
don't want to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Newcastle
Newcastle.
doesn't
I'm. You know, it's Newcastle, but I think we're away from Newcastle. But I'm not too worried about that.
Doesn't
It's just the
matter.
fact that we're
They're
away.
shit, man.
It's Chelsea. It's Chelsea. I don't want to play right now.
The main thing you got to worry about Newcastle is the
Mad.
literal physical distance.
Not used to that.
I don't want to play Chelsea right now.
I know. I'm not really used to people saying that. That was a thing from years ago. Nice. We just got to
Yeah.
actually do our job. Start off with Old Trafford, but that's a story for 2 weeks time.
I think they were unlucky on Saturday, so Sunday.
Who? Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
think
Like for
still
me,
with
it
the
just
draw,
came
I
down
think-
to better defense.
I just think I think you definitely deserve something from that game. 100%.
Yeah, lads, it's just experience and a better defense that came down to at the end. But I didn't think we were going to win anyway, so I'm not even that annoyed about the result. Like, we showed that we can play well against City. We've shown that we've improved to a point where we could give Liverpool a match at Anfield. Fine. Let's just make sure it's not a blip and beat Newcastle, beat United, and hopefully beat Arsenal before the break. And then that loss don't mean nothing. Now, if we don't beat Newcastle,
break, bro, we
then
just
it's a
had
problem.
one.
Yeah, there's another one.
yeah, after the
One
Arsenal
more,
game,
one
then
more.
we travelled to
Another one,
Leicester.
One more, bro.
We got 3 international breaks, not even December.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always free
Why is
breaks.
that?
Yeah,
Nah, there's
it's
some
like
joke
every-
thing. It's
Always
not normally
free.
this. It's normally two.
Nah,
Normally two.
I thought it was
Yeah, I
one.
didn't
No,
know.
ain't there always a September,
No,
October,
no,
November break?
It's definitely
Nah,
usually
fair.
September, October, November.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it
Nah,
normally?
It's just
I'm
usually,
pretty
it's just
sure-
usually, it's
I'm
just
pretty
usually
sure
it's
it
4
was
games at the
September
first time.
and then like
No, no.
November.
No,
Yeah,
it's
that's
September,
what
October,
changed.
November.
I'm sure there was.
Usually it's like
I
the
don't
first 4
remember
games,
that.
isn't it?
I don't remember there being one in October.
There's
There's
always
definitely
been
one
one
in
in October.
I don't
I
remember.
swear
it.
it was
usually
Usually
November.
September, October, November.
Yeah, usually-
I don't remember
usually-
3. I remember 2.
Usually instead of first 3 games, it's first 4 games. But they changed it to 3 like this season. That's why people.
Oh, they've changed the timing of it.
Potentially. But then December comes and it's just
No,
back
do you
to
know what
back
it is? It's
football,
because-
isn't it?
Yeah.
It's because there's so
Yeah.
many bloody international game things now, bro. You got the
Nations
Nations
I won't lie
League.
though, it's a nice
the
little break
Euros,
from a
you got the
streaming
World
perspective.
Cup.
I get to take a day or two off and just vibe.
Yeah, I don't get to watch West Ham, so that's fine by me. Okay.
I hear that. Again, that was me last season. Shout out to Charlie. City. Big up to the Blue Brothers. That's the right way to say it. Oh, City.
No.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
can't really get the accent right. But yeah, flawless. You guys won this weekend. Pretty good second half performance. I did a hate along for the game. First half was like
still hating
the
us?
wor-
Wait,
Really?
what team are you talking about? What
It was
team
a best 3 p.m. kickoff there was.
What-
So,
what-
like,
it really wasn't.
team
You
are
should have
you
watched
talking
it.
Less of
about?
that.
Should have watched Ipswich Everton. You know what I'm saying?
What team
You
are you
should've watched
talking about?
Ipswich
Right?
Everton.
United or Spurs?
do
United
you
or
know what I
Spurs?
mean, Faz?
Spurs played
What?
on Spurs with the
No,
early
that was the
kickoff, if
early
you're listening.
kickoff.
He said best 3
I had a
p.m. kickoff.
nutty hangover, so I wasn't on that.
No, but I'm saying,
big-
what game are you talking about with Flawless? You don't know where this guy from. You don't know.
He
if
said
it's
3
Spurs
p.m.
game.
kickoff. There was only one team with a 3 p.m. kickoff. One
Oh,
scored
did he say
twice.
United.
I didn't hear
Yeah.
that. I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Leicester also did the 3
He's a
p.m.
Spurs fan. Remember, he's a Spurs fan, bro.
I thought it was just gonna stay 2-0 though, so I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe you still
But
doing hate along.
turns out it was probably the 3 p.m. kickoff of the best 3 p.m. kickoff there. But yeah, we did United Brentford. First half was like watching paint dry.
Yes.
Second half was actually pretty good from United. Like I thought for like the first at least 20-25 minutes, your whole team was on job. But what was your thoughts on the game, bro?
Yeah, you pretty much hit the nail on the head in regards to how the game went. First half summed up Manchester United. Like if someone wanted to know what Manchester United have been like all the season, first half performance where nothing really happened. There's legit. We've been defending well, but everyone just looks at the game against Spurs and the game against Liverpool and say, "Oh, United have been awful defensively all season long because we've been awful in those 2 games," which isn't the case. The first goal we can see the 1 goal in the last 4 games, and defensively we've been all right. And you see our deficiencies going forward. Yes, we had, even when we had possession of the ball, there was no purpose, there was no intent. We didn't look like creating. We didn't look like scoring. And then you see the incompetence with the goal we conceded, the Delit situation. Absolutely ridiculous. 3 times he's off the pitch. You can see his head is flowing with blood. You can literally see that blood is pouring down the man's face. Bandage him up. Why have you not bandaged him up? That man just put grease on it and pushed him out there like he's a boxer. It's like, what's going on? You ain't got a bandage. 3 times they did. First time I hear it. The first time you get it wrong, cool. Second time, surely somebody goes, hey, this is not stopping, you know. And then the third time it happens, then we concede the goal from the corner. Does it happen if the Lit's on the pitch? Maybe, maybe not. But that's Manchester United's incompetence. Now to the good part that you mentioned. Second,
Players
the
are
first
leaking like
time.
the stadium.
Say that again.
Your players are leaking like the stadium.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's mad. You know what I'm saying? But that's still there, the leaking. But we move. And then, but they can patch that one. But hey, I'm sure they could get someone in the stadium. There's 100,000 people there. I know there's a couple people that are roofers that'll fix that. But that's a whole different conversation. Second half, much better. I've not seen us come out in the second half and play like that. I've mentioned about the lack of intent and the lack of purpose. That disappeared. Like, we were the complete opposite in the second half. And something I've not mentioned in a long time, I haven't mentioned it this season in regards to Manchester United, individual quality, individual brilliance in the final third. And that front four, as much as I criticised them, they got us over the line. The first goal, Rashford, phenomenal pass to Garnacho. Phenomenal pass. Great finish by Garnacho. 2 pieces of individual quality that get us back in the game. And then the second goal was the same. Bruno, lovely pass round the corner to Højlund. Absolutely a quality pass around the corner. Then Højlund with a great finish as well. Not only was it the right decision to dink the keeper, he executed it well also. And then after that, we were fairly comfortable. So, yeah, not really too many complaints in regards to the second half. First half was dry, but like I said, that's our lack of quality. But props to the 4 players I just mentioned for the 2 goals, because they got us over the line. And now we'll see Fenerbahce away. We play Mike's mob on Sunday as well, so we'll see how that goes. So hopefully we can, I don't know, like build on this. I'm saying build on the results, build on the second half performance more so, and pick up some more results. But we'll see. I'm not holding my breath for that. I'm not like, yeah, we're definitely gonna improve on this, and nah. I'm not.
Just gotta hope so now, because it don't
Have
look
you
like
got a
they're
midweek
sacking
game?
Ten Hag anytime soon.
Yeah, we play Fenerbahce away. In the Europa
Mourinho.
League. Mourinho's mob away in the Europa League.
What time is it?
yeah.
Is that 8 p.m?
8 p.m. kickoff. Yeah, 8 p.m. kickoff. 8 p.m.
So I'm watch
kickoff.
that after the
Then we got a
Chelsea
chance.
game
No
then.
That
Bruno. So
Fenerbahce
definitely,
game might be brutal, bro.
yeah. So we definitely got a chance. Hey, no Bruno, we got a chance. You know what I'm saying? We got a chance. Definitely.
They got Amrabat and Fred.
100%. Yeah, I trust that midfield against us. With Ericsson, Casemiro,
Yeah,
Ugarte,
Amrabat,
trust
Fred,
it.
anyone else who plays for them?
Saint Maximin,
Edin
Edin
Dzeko,
Dzeko.
Yeah.
Yeah, Edin Dzeko,
Edin
Saint
Dzeko,
Maximin,
oh my days.
Tadic. They got a few players like that.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they got a few former Premier League players. Yeah, they got a few.
They got all the cult heroes, man.
But yeah, we'll see
That,
how
now
it
that's
goes.
what I call Premier League.
Amrabat, Soyuncu's there.
Soyuncu's there as well. Yeah.
Soyuncu, your boy.
Livakovic.
Soyuncu's there.
Anyone
So, yeah,
else? And Nesri. Cenk
Yeah, they got a few.
Tosun. Mad.
they got a few.
Cenk
Yeah.
Tosun's still playing.
Moving like one of them random gold packs on FIFA. That's crazy.
Yeah. Thanks.
So yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty.
they'll
so
probably
that's pretty
give you a
much it.
game.
Hoping we go get a result there, because we need to pick up a win in the Europa League. Having drawn the first 2 games, and I think they've won 1 and drew 1, because they drew to 20 and then beat. Can't remember who the team is they beat in the Europa League. So get a win, and then like I said, the West Ham game, try and get a win there. 'Cause I don't know, have we won? I don't think we've won back-to-back games this season. So go get the
That's
win and
always
continue
fast.
to his. Yeah,
Did you beat?
I'm hoping.
Did you beat anyone after Southampton?
No, we drew against Palace.
Oh yeah. You haven't.
We drew against Palace. Like I said,
Yeah,
pure
right.
draws. This is our first win in 5, I think, like across all comps. Because we drew against Porto, we drew against FC20, drew against Palace. There's another draw in there I think I'm forgetting as well. Obviously, the Southampton game, which you mentioned.
Yeah,
Lost to
draws.
Spurs. Like, yeah. Pure draws. So,
Now, this is a
We'll see
question
how
for
it goes.
both you and Mike's, but do you think a loss for either of you on the weekend would actually get your managers gone, or do you think it's a case of they're saying El Sakiko, but ain't really
Haaland-
going to be El
Haaland's the
Sakiko?
first.
It's
Yeah,
El
because-
Shitico. It's not El Sakiko. It's just El
There we go.
Shitico.
Yeah. These like
Ah.
these like we the Northwest Ham, they the Southern Manchester United at this point. Where it's like
Oh,
how
yeah,
the
yeah.
manager's still there. Like they've shown there's no bar. I think we legit have to be like 16th, 17th for this manager to go. That's why I think it's because they've shown that there's no bar, there's no standard. They've shown this.
Yeah.
They've had
Playing a
ample
risky
opportunity
game.
to sack him.
Yeah.
Like
I'm on my way
incompetence.
until it takes. I'm on my way
Yeah.
until the next international break. I'm assuming that's what I think is going to happen.
You
But
think it happened to Lopetegui? You think he gets sacked then?
it should happen, and I think it probably will if
Hmm.
it's going to happen. Like, because of our fixtures coming up, I'll talk about it later. But yeah, like it's legit. Like I was sacking coach just because every time Man United, I know it's like different ownership and that, but every time Man United win a game under a manager that's got different pressure, there's another month added. That's another month added to where it delays the inevitable. Really,
Yeah.
whoever wins on Sunday is just delaying the inevitable as well.
Facts, I agree.
So,
Because that's like when
like,
people say, oh, well, United won, so that means Ten Hag staying in the job longer. We could have lost to Brentford, and they still want to sack him. I don't know why
Yeah.
why
was
myths
gonna
happen.
say-
Yeah, go on, Neil, go on.
No, it's like people who are saying, "Oh, now is this a game?" You've just said that about. You've not called the bluff. The bluff has
Yeah.
been called so many times, so to the point where it's like you just go numb to it. It's not even a talking point, as you mentioned. They won, but it's not even a talking point now.
It's
Yeah.
not. Like, and that's
You
where
see-
it is. Like, people say things get said so much that it becomes like it's the truth or gospel. Like I said there, people say, "Oh, Manchester, he won, so he's gonna stay." I think legit we could have lost to Brentford and he would have kept his job. I don't think we could have lost that game 2-0, 3-0. And it's like things get said about Manchester United, and because people troll and bant, or it gets a lot of tweets on Twitter or it gets a lot of traction, people take it as gospel. Like the whole thing, they didn't sack Ten Hag because of money. Nonsense. Manchester United print money. And then Ornstein legit said, before we print money, what are we talking about? We can't 17.5 million, and we constantly on a regular basis spend over 150 million each window. What is going on? Like, they could no. And Ornstein came out before the Villa game and said Ten Hag staying is nothing to do with FFP. Same with the Southgate links. No one legit said that. And Ornstein came out and said Manchester United weren't interested in Southgate in the summer, and nothing's changed now. But go check that on Twitter, and I guarantee there's people talking about that as if it's gospel. So again, that's just typical. It's with Manchester United. It comes with the territory when you're a name that gets people clicks and it gets people views, etc., etc. But all this board is showing is their incompetence. That's why I'm like, I'll always celebrate wins. I want to be wrong on this manager, but like Mike said, it's delaying the inevitable. Eventually, he will get sacked. When that is, I actually have no idea, because at least with the Glazers previously, I have previous to go off of them sacking managers. Whereas these lot have shown there's no bar whatsoever. There isn't none. I think we legit have to be 3 or 4 points above the relegation zone in 16th, 17th. But hey, we move.
I'll say,
Hey, I'm just glad Ten Hag's going to be in charge for the Chelsea game. I need all
Yeah,
the
you
luck
gotta
I
be there,
can get.
and you lot gonna beat us. You're not going. That's why I'm not going. I've been to the last two when you lot played. It was at OT. I'm not going.
You ain't going to pull up.
Man, I pull up after. I'm not going to the game though. I pull up after. I'm not going to the game for you lot to pack us. Nah, scratch that.
You never know.
Done.
Actually,
I'm
no.
telling you right now. You know what? Because there's
I was
been.
gonna say, you never know. We know.
You see the Villa game and Brentford game. There was 2 records there where like Villa hadn't beaten us in so long, and no, I think it was an away record or something like that with Villa. Like if we would have lost, it was an old record. Same with Brentford, hadn't won at Old Trafford in so long, and we got results there. I think the Porto one, there was another record. Eventually, we gonna break one of these. This is the Chelsea. You lot are flying.
5 years, bro.
Yeah, you lot are gonna beat us. It was 6 years, Cams. It was 6 years.
Oh, they're even there, but
Yo,
Fergie
get the
took
man
6
right.
years.
He did. He also won before. He also won a European Cup beforehand with Aberdeen. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Yeah,
He
exactly.
said Champions League. Argument lost.
He won Champions League.
Don't really
It was the Cup
understand the
Winners'
language,
Cup.
innit?
It was the Cup Winners' Cup.
Oh, it's not. You didn't win a Champions League with Aberdeen.
No, it wasn't. It was Cup Winners' Cup.
Ah, okay.
Champions League.
It wasn't Champions League. It was Cup Winners' Cup.
You sure?
Well, so fair enough, Cam. You guys have one of those at
But it's
least.
still ridiculous. The same way it's the equivalent of like how everyone was hyping up Xavi Alonso with Leverkusen.
European heritage.
Yeah, same as Spurs. Actually, no, Spurs have 2. But-
Yeah, Spurs got 2. They got a Cup Winners' Cup and 2.
Same as
European-
West Ham. Same as West Ham. I think West Ham only have 1 European trophy, right?
No, we have 2. I think
Have you got 2? No way, you got more
We've
than
got
us.
Cup Winners'.
That's crazy.
We got Cup Winners' Cup as well. I think.
Let's go.
Sorry,
doesn't
Cam.
have
I
more
actually
than
didn't know
Arsenal?
that.
That is a valid point, Ryan. Yeah, I was right. Yeah, it was the Cup Winners' Cup that he won.
You know, in a different universe, yeah, and I wish I was in that universe. Arsenal are the best team ever.
Hey, in a different
There's also
universe,
a
Henry
universe where you're
scored one of his
championship
chances.
club, bruv.
Facts.
And you be administrator as well.
Let's just call it what it is. Just had to be on target.
Fuck you, bro.
Just Sorry, man. Sorry. Well, not sorry. I'll be real. But yeah.
Pagan, bro. Fucking leave my guy alone, fam.
But yeah, I'll pull up afterwards and that. But like, cause wait, is it midweek, right?
No, it's a Sunday.
Late or early?
I think it's a late kickoff.
All right, cool. I'll pull up regardless. But
I was
I'm
going to
not-
say,
was Ben-
regardless,
was
regardless
Ben
of when the
White
match is, Flawless is going to be late. Just to miss a match.
If anything, we'll probably link up before because I'll probably end up spending the weekend up there.
Yeah, if it's before, that's cool. Nah, I'm just not going to the game. I'll pull up afterwards. I ain't going to the game. Fuck
When's
that.
the United?
Yeah, we'll be
Chelsea
out on
game?
the Saturday or something.
Yeah, that's good.
Although Sunday, to be honest, I'll probably still be a maybe for the game either
When's
because one of my streamers is coming down for the weekend and I told him I'd find him a spare.
Right.
If you don't, I might just bite the bullet and give him my one.
Mm.
But again, see if I can find a spare
Yes.
because I want to go still. I want to see a win at Old Trafford. Never seen a win at Old Trafford. I've even seen a win at Anfield. I ain't seen one at Old Trafford.
You're gonna see
Oh
it.
my
It's gonna
God,
happen
man.
this game.
God willing. Shout out to Timmy saying up the Chelsea, trying to get 2 tickets for Arsenal. First time at the bridge, flying in from the States. Any help is appreciated. DM me on Instagram or Twitter, one or the other. I'll see if I can help you. No promises. I'll be so real because everyone and their nan's trying to find it. I've already for that guy who I'm trying to find United tickets for. I've got to find 2 Arsenal tickets for as well. So yeah, we'll see. It's not like last season where I can find tickets like that because it's Pochettino ball. Yeah, now there's actually a bit of optimism
you was
around the
giving
fan
away
base.
tickets, fam. I remember you giving
Yeah,
away tickets.
I
them
was
2
on
trips to Man
boycott.
City. Yeah.
Like after Man United's away, I was like, "Fuck this! I ain't doing
You
anything."
know what's
more.
crazy?
You remember I travelled up to Man City to do a watch along with you and to go out
Yeah.
afterwards. I was like, "Fuck
Listen.
the game."
Yeah, I remember.
You lot will laugh at this.
Hey, I might end up doing that for United as well.
You lot will laugh at
find a
this.
ticket.
You lot will laugh
Just let
at
me
this,
know,
yeah.
fam.
Paddington Bear got a UK passport before Arsenal got a Champions League.
Shout out to
What the
Paddington Bear.
Shout out Paddington Bear. What
It's
passport
meant,
did he
it's
get
meant to be a lot
English?
more difficult
He got
nowadays.
a UK passport before Arsenal.
So you
even got
telling me
Champions
he's more successful in Europe than Arsenal? Let's
Yeah. Are you taking the piss? Are we taking the piss, bruv? Nah, Mr. Marmalade himself.
Shout out Paddington Bear.
Yeah, shout out Paddington, man.
Crazy.
At least you're doing your thing around Europe.
Respect from this week's Shameless. Shout out Paddington Bear.
There you go.
Shut up.
Our context will love that one. Mike's, seeing as we already like went between United and West Ham, we'll touch on West Ham just a little bit. And I know, like, I'm sorry, we kind of have to, but
We've been
yeah,
there,
I
bro.
didn't watch the Tottenham
Your
West Ham
initiation.
games to help me through it.
I wish I didn't watch the Tottenham West Ham game. That would have been nice. But I think if I
No.
didn't do YouTube, I wouldn't have watched any West Ham game this season. I would have given up a long time ago. But yeah, we're shit shock. Basically, yeah, like we didn't turn up for another big London derby. We've won 2 games in 8. People are still making excuses. People saying give him time. I've had enough. I stopped caring a long time ago. I don't get angry anymore. I've gone past ranting. This is the thing, yeah. Like we actually didn't play that bad in the first half. We didn't play that bad. We actually defended quite well, but it was never going to last because they were just overloading both sides. Like Guido Rodriguez cutting everything out. When we did actually try to play football, as I've always tried to say with this side, when we tried to play football, we are not that bad. But the problem is this manager always changes it up every game, so we completely change from game to game. Now we're trying to be a long ball team. And sometimes we're trying to play it from the back. I don't know what this manager's style of play is. Now let me diffuse the point of give him time. Give him time. Time is like earned. It's not just given, it's earned. And you only should give time if you actually see something. If for example, like I can name bare managers that have come in and you can see a style of play. Maresca, Emery, like Postecoglou when they first go into a side and they outline what they're trying to do. You can see what they're trying to do. With this manager, you don't know what he's trying to do. I'm still seeing Mohamed Kudus on the left. It doesn't matter now because he tried to beat up half the Spurs team, but it doesn't matter. But that's the thing. Like the one thing I don't rate about it, I said this to you the other day. The one thing I don't rate about it is the fact that he didn't slap him like proper. Like if you're gonna slap someone, do it properly, especially in a
slap
derby.
him
Like
properly, like
Like,
five hands, 5 fingers to the face type shit. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah,
Bro,
exactly.
when you slap
That
him,
isn't-
you better leave him wobbling, bruv. You better.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Shout
But
out,
this
shout
is
out
the
to
thing.
time.
Memphis. I hear that,
Give
man.
him time, innit?
This is
Shout out, Wavy Nudge.
this is the thing. Like, I get it.
Who's your manager
get-
right now?
Lopetegui.
Bruv, listen. Trust the process, bro.
And also to all Chelsea fans here, I do want to apologise for giving Lopetegui as an
Cam
option. to
really
replace
enjoyed that
Pochettino.
one.
That was an L.
Cam really.
I
I
enjoyed
genuinely
that
would have
because
taken
he's
anybody
had
at
it
that
so
point.
many
That one
times,
hit different. That
and
one
he
hit
just
different.
like, I'll give a little bit out.
Lopet-
And he goes, I know why people do that. Yeah, it feels good.
Lopetegui is way worse
I
than
did it with
Pochettino.
I did it with this guy all the time, bro.
But this is the problem I have now is that this is why I don't go online and I haven't scrolled through Twitter in weeks. Like, I just say my piece and then run and then duck out. And the reason why that is because people take sides online. So it's either you want the Moyes people or want the Lopetegui people. The plot twist is that both of these group of people are fucking stupid as fuck. And the reason why that is because let me like, both sides are being
That
hypocritical.
reminds me of a very recent Eminem bar, but I'm not gonna say it because it'll get Lewis demonetized. But it's
Both
a
of-
very
I don't think it will, but
That's
both
very
sides are being
thoughtful.
both sides are being
mate, it probably will.
both sides are being hypocritical because like the Moyes in guys and the Moyes in guys are like, okay, you need to just give this manager time to Moyes last season. So based on your logic, you should give this manager time. It's been 8 games. Now, for the
It's so
the-
daft.
for
But
the-
Mike's, before you carry on,
yeah.
you man, I got a dip. Big up to you all, Lewis.
Lord,
Thank you for
this has
having me
been
on.
real.
Mike's,
Actually, let me set
Shout
that
out,
up.
Neil,
Shout out to
bless.
TJ
Yeah,
and
man.
Yeah, man, I gotta go do the stream. You know what I'm saying?
shout
So,
out
Bless
to
up,
TJ,
man.
yeah, man, big up to everyone here except Ryan, man. Salute to you,
Yeah,
man. Yeah,
man.
blessings. Save.
Bless up,
man.
bro.
Like and the Lopeteguian people, the
Fuck
reason why
off,
they're
man.
hypocritical is because they were going up Moyes for all the batterings. We've been battered twice already by 2 London teams. So on your logic as well, you should have given him time. So both sides are being hypocritical. This is why like both group of people are just fucking stupid as fuck because they're taking sides. I'm just saying what I'm seeing on the pitch. I don't know what I have not seen a direction at West Ham on the pitch for about 3 years now. Like, and I'm tired of it. I've gone past ranting. I get more angry at the gaslighting, and the gaslighting from each side of the fan base than I actually do with stuff on the pitch. Like, we're not good going forward. We're not good defensively. So what are you seeing to say give him time? If you
Give
say
him time.
get it, I would get it if you actually see something. We're not good defensively, and we actually have.
Trust the process, bro.
That's what they think being a supporter is. Give him time. Random buzzwords. It's a process. You have to be patient. Stop being
You don't
a
understand.
childish brat. Yeah,
You're
they
in
don't
phase
know.
one. You're in phase one.
And this is the thing, like I've seen this from neutrals that don't watch West Ham as well. And it's always funny when, especially fans of Big Six clubs, love an opinion on my club when you don't watch my club. You can't. Neil gets exactly what I mean. You can't name 10 games that you watched from West Ham last season unless they were on TV. And let me just make this example. Yeah, I've got nothing against. I've not got nothing against people like Culture Cans, for example. Yeah, but when he tweeted about it wasn't worth it going from Moyes to Lopetegui, yeah, because you don't look as hard to beat anymore. This is an easy argument to diffuse. 6-0 against Arsenal, 5-0 against Chelsea, 5-1 against Fulham, 5-2 against Palace, 5-0 against Fulham, 5-1 against Liverpool, 4-1 against Aston Villa, 3-0 against Man United. Do I need to go on? Shall I go to the season before that? 5-1 against Brighton, 4-0 against Brighton, 5-1 against Newcastle. Hard to beat, by the way. Great defensive team. Now, what I'm not justifying is this season, where we lost a 4-1 to Tottenham and 3-0 to Chelsea. Why do I have to take one side
was
or the
all
other?
from last season.
Yep. Apart from the last 2
3
games, that
years
was all from last season.
I'm with it. Keep
And
going,
listen-
man. Keep spitting.
And this is the thing. Why do I have to take sides? I don't. I'm calling it all out. You see, before YouTube, I've been every manager out after Allardyce. I was Bilic out a long time ago. I was Pellegrini out as well. That doesn't mean, it's not a manager problem. Listen, I don't like my owners. I've not liked my owners in time, but they've taken steps away from footballing decisions. Now, for example, we've been linked with Edin Terzic. I don't care at this point, because even if Edin Terzic comes in and he's got the West Ham job, yeah, and we're gonna have to give him time after failing with this manager, And then again, I'm not even going to get excited. Even if we hired a manager that I liked, I'm not getting excited. Why do I don't need to get my hopes up supporting this club. Because they will
Let the
always
manager
let you down.
excite you. Pause. That's it.
Exactly.
Hey,
Exactly.
yo.
That's a.
I know I
this is-
said
this is-
pause, didn't it? But the point still stands.
And this is the
Pause
problem.
so
Be like,
dead.
but you disrespected boys. You didn't watch us last season. I don't have to say, like, even if you don't want to talk about results, cool. You played Ben Johnson on the left wing, played Ward-Prowse on the left wing, played Souček in the 10, played Sufal every game that I had to watch, played Souček every game that I had to watch, played Bowen up front, played Kudus on the left. This manager's playing Kudus on the left as well. I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it. Like the problem is people think because they've got a platform, they are allowed to have an opinion on your club and think they're experts on your club. You have not watched a West Ham game. You don't.
It's a base level analysis, isn't it?
Mike,
Yeah.
it's exactly the same thing when we got relegated. Oh, you don't want to get rid of Brendan Rodgers. Oh, you don't know what you're going to miss. You can't get anybody. And you didn't. I was like, bro, you don't watch. You watch match of the day at best. And you make your decisions from there. If you watch the full 90 minutes, then you understand. And also, go and speak to fans who support the club. Don't just have an opinion because you speak to the chairman and you know that, and you're best friends with, the manager from a guy that knows the manager and he thinks he's a nice guy because he's picked his kids up from school once. Go and speak to the fans. Get them to know the actual opinion. Because I had the same thing. And when we got relegated, because Lewis had been on the show and I was like, red flags immediately. Why?
Yep.
It's all going wrong. It's all going
From
wrong.
the start of that season, you were saying we're candidates to go down.
Yeah. And I was like, if we keep playing this, we're going to get relegated. And people were like, no. And I understand because from the outside, it was like, oh, do you know what? Leicester, they're a good squad. They've got good players, but it was all going wrong. And it was going wrong in front of our eyes. And result after result kept coming out. And people kept saying to me, oh, well, it's no, it's not going to happen. But only when teams played us that they go, oh, shit, you lot are really in trouble. Really.
Remember when we did the watch along on DR Sports? And I was just sitting there, just
like,
deep in how easy it was for us to play against you.
And that wasn't even that season. That was the season
before.
season
before.
And
I was thinking, I'd get rid of him off this game alone. I've just watched one match.
This is the thing,
Bro,
like
that season. Go on, Mike.
I called red flags from the first game. But I was still trying to get behind the manager. I called red flags from the first game. The problem was lost 2-1 to Aston Villa. The only time we scored was a penalty. We played long ball football with Thomas Souček as the second striker. I complained about it on this show. And we literally, after that game, he named an unchanged side against Palace. But luckily Palace are dog shit. And we brought our Wan-Bissaka on and it changed the game. Now it's taken this long for Todibo to get into the side. It took two games for Wan-Bissaka to get into
there
the
you
side.
are.
I'm not entertaining this. I can't be.
Shut
honest.
her, Sam, bro.
You're
You're taking it.
But we've got a better squad than last season. There is no excuse. I didn't have any
already kicking
expectations.
off, bro. Fucking hell, bro.
I didn't even have any expectations from this season in general. I said, get your style of play in, and cool. If we finish 10th, let's say we finish 10th, cool. But next season I demand Europe, because I demand Europe every season because we're in the London Stadium. If we are at Upton Park, there is no expectation. We're at Upton Park. We're at home. You moved us out of our home to have expectation. That's why we have expectation in the first place. So yeah, it is what it is. But this is the thing. Like,
It's
I know
not,
the
it
Tottenham
is what
fans,
it is, bro.
Well, it is what it is for me. I'm checked out, bro. I don't care. This is the thing. I
Stage
started caring
5 of grief in record time. I respect it.
Yeah.
But not even at Halloween, bruv. I rate it, bro.
At this point, I don't care because, like, a lot of these people don't have standards for themselves. They don't have standards for themselves, so they're going to have standards for the club.
Yeah, that's why I ain't trying to talk it down. Like, I rate it. You see what's going on at your club. It ain't good enough, and you're calling it out. You know, people do the whole trust the process narrative, and it stinks.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
but you've got to give a process to trust. You can't just trust process when you can't see a process.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Trust is earned.
Yeah. And also, you see something developing, go, okay, I can get behind that. If you're not seeing a process, then you can't trust it because there's no process.
Yep. And that's what gives you games like Chelsea at home and Tottenham away. The two games you actually look forward to in the season, like against Chelsea and Tottenham, because you don't get to face Millwall. So
I still remember last season, the whole week up, you were telling me you're winning 4-0. You're winning 4-0. All right, shut up about 4-0. We're playing 3 days before with that match, and like we don't even have a fit bench. We're playing the same 11 2 games in a row. We are not winning 4-0. and we
Yeah.
won 5 instead.
Yep, I
It's like-
literally predicted 4-0 throughout the whole week, and people were like, "Oh, don't say that." What do you mean, don't say that? We literally
You're
just
wrong.
we lost to Arsenal. We lost to Arsenal 6-2 in February. We lost to Palace like a few weeks before that, like 5-2. And one of the reasons why we scored in that game was because they gave us a goal. They literally kicked it in their own goal for one of the goals. Like that was the most funny thing. And I was working on that day. I chose to work extra on that day because I knew we were going to lose. Like, I didn't want to watch the game at that point.
Who won overtime? Yep.
Legit, I chose to work on a Sunday because I was like, "Fuck this, man!" I'm not
Mike,
watching
you can
that.
clock out now. Are you sure? Do I have to? I can give you another hour. I don't even. I can
Bro.
clock out and stay. I'll still work.
No, but Max, we're shutting the building down. We've got to put the. Yeah, are you sure? I mean, I can do it. I can stay another 2
You
hours.
sure you don't need some security?
Your mum was trying to ring you. The phone's on airplane mode. Don't want to
I'll
speak
pay-
at all.
I'll pay the
Dodgy, I
electric.
can
I'll
stand
pay
here.
the next 2 hours electric myself. I don't mind.
I
The
was
bins
working.
need doing.
I was working 2
I'll
hours
be the
away from my
cleaner if you
house
want.
on purpose. I was working 2 hours away from my house on purpose. I knew exactly what I was doing. I was like, I am not
Doing a long
staying
way
for this
home and
Sunday.
everything.
Yes, exactly. And this is the thing. This is why, like, if you go on social media,
Mr. Boss. Oh well, we'll get the next one.
Yeah, you missed the bus. You getting on?
it was
Yeah.
Prime. It
Yeah, I'll
wasn't
get
even
the
to
next one.
avoid.
Don't worry.
It wasn't even to avoid
Maybe
Lopetegui
next
balls, to
one.
avoid Moyes ball last season.
You go from
I
here
might
to here,
start
but you
doing
go
the
the
same.
wrong way around the circle line.
I will
this
ask
is
though, what is worse, Lopetegui ball or Moyes ball? What's the
fucking
worst
hell.
football you've seen?
Village ball.
Um,
That was good 15,
If it-
16 at least.
what is worse? Jesus, man.
Spain, we were
I-
three
I
Having
don't have
deep
an-
thought over
I don't-
this, yeah,
I
you're
don't
in
have an
pain,
answer
bruv.
for you, bro. I don't have an answer from last season Moyes to this season Lopetegui. The only difference now is that the good players in our team are so burnt out from trying to bail this team out. They're not doing it anymore because that's what they were doing last season. You can't do it again.
So what is
this
it?
season,
Moyes
man.
just off individual moments?
Yeah, so like Lopetegui ball's probably just worse because we actually had individual moments last season. We don't have individual moments anymore. And I want to get rid of some narratives anyway. We haven't been good at set pieces in about 3 years. Stop saying we're a good set piece team. We're shite at set pieces now. We haven't been good on a counter in years. Stop saying we're good on a counter. It's been 3 years. Please just stop these narratives. Again, another more proof that people don't watch West Ham. They just go off a narrative of what a West Ham team looks like. No. If you watched us, you'd understand. This is the problem as well. Like, imagine I just talked about your club, haven't watched your club all season, but I'll comment on your club and how you should feel. Fuck off. Seriously. Like,
Yep.
you
I
don't
felt like
watch
that
West
with
Ham.
rivals telling me about Poch last season. I completely get it.
Yep. So,
Pundits,
this is the thing. I
the pundits telling you about Poch.
Yes.
Oh, bro. And pundits are telling me about
they
West Ham
all
as
just
well.
listen to Match of the Day as well. They wait for the fucking analysis section.
Mm.
Here's some
Yeah.
waffle from Alan Shearer or someone talking about Gallagher over other midfielders and just follow the narrative.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but we had this with pundits throughout the whole year because Sullivan works closely with what's his name? Talksport, the Scottish prick. The guy who used to do Deadline.
I know you're
Day.
talking about.
Jim White. He's friends with
That's
Jim
it.
White, so like he
Oh.
pushes the Talksport narrative on there. So all the Talksport narrative, all the Talksport pundits like to turn on West Ham fans specifically because we don't like the owner and stuff. But so we had all of the "be careful what you wish for" last season, and people were like, "Oh, I told West Ham fans be careful what you wish for." Yeah, I wished to get beat 4-1 by Tottenham this season. I wish to lose 3-0 to Chelsea. I wish to draw to Brentford and Fulham away from home. And people use that as a positive because we lost there last season, but twice. Now, so
Well-
because you draw this season, it's a positive because you got battered last season. Where is your standards? Your standard is a 5-0 loss. Is that what we're scraping the barrel
But
now?
it's not even. It's par for the course. That's not
Yeah.
even like it's not. You
In
mentioned that.
their, Mike's in their
Same
head,
thing as
yeah.
last
In their head, it's like you lose 4-5-0, and then the 1 week you lose like 2-0. It's like yes, progression.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what these guys
Progression.
are like.
You can see
Negative goal difference.
This is why I'm calling everyone out. I'm not on anyone's side because these are the people that are Lopetegui in. You were calling out Moyes last season. You have to call this out as well. You have to because you're still getting battered. Don't tell me, oh, it's October. You know, every new manager that comes in with their new team isn't getting battered 2 months in. And people also like, this is the new thing, by the way. Oh, but every team we've lost to are way better than us. So in football, if do you lose to every team that you're worse than? That's not how football works. You turn up on the day.
But
Sometimes
you're
you fall
not.
off a shock. And yeah,
But you're
also
not.
our squad isn't that bad, by the way. Our squad's way better. We got out Zuma
You've
and
got
again.
you've got a top 10 squad easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Easy top 10 squad.
And I was just thinking, do you know what? I didn't have any expectations. I said 10th and give me what your style of play is. It doesn't mean you have to play pretty football, but what is your style of play? I'm not one of these West Ham fans like, you have to play the West Ham way. You have to play possession-based football and all of this. I don't care what style of play you play, but guess what? Show me something. Show me what I'm looking at. So then I can be like, I can take positives from this, but we got to improve in this. I don't know what we are. We are not anything. There is nothing.
You
And the thing is, the longer...
That's what you are. You just are.
Yeah, we are nothing. Yeah. The thing is, the longer we go on, like, it just is what it is.
You just
like, literally
exist.
Is what it is.
You're just there.
Yeah, we're just here for the vibes. We're
You're
just here for the
literally just there
vibes.
to make up the numbers, bro. You're just there for the bubbles,
Yeah.
fam. That's what it is.
Yeah,
fam.
honestly, like it's just poor. But it's like there's no point me getting
Hey,
angry.
listen, do you know what it is? Yeah, my granddad, didn't it? Yeah, like, good rest his soul, but he died over 20 years ago. He was a West Ham fan, so I honestly, if it were, I always said, yeah, if it wasn't for my uncle and my granddad passing up when I was such an early young age, I generally think I would have been a West Ham fan. It would either be that or a Spurs fan. Because my mum and dad are Spurs fans.
It could have been way worse for you then. Like it could have been way worse.
Trust.
And you're miserable now. You could have been way worse for you. Listen. People be like,
listen. Out of the three, I got the best of the bunch. If I'm being wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, the thing. People are like, but you've got Man United this week. Cool, I get it. It's pretty much like the Newham derby because half of them live in Forest Gate. I get it, but still, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything to me just because we got Man United at home. So what?
Do you know
they could beat us?
That's what I'm saying. You know, with Man United fans, yeah, this is how you know you can tell the difference between London United fans and Manchester Man United fans. Ask them who their bigger rival is, Liverpool or Arsenal. The Manchester lot will say Liverpool.
Yeah.
The London lot will say Arsenal. That's how you can tell apart the two United fans.
Listen, I'm probably
now United fans are everywhere.
Yeah,
they're everywhere, bro. They're everywhere.
London, if I speak to me, anyone who says they know me from YouTube, that 9 times out of 10, I'm like, are you Chelsea? No, it's Arsenal United. It's always one of Arsenal United.
I know
so
I'm gonna
fucking
see.
annoying, bro. When they say no Chelsea, I'm like, yeah, you're Arsenal.
Hey, listen, go Kent and Cobham in them ways, bro. You'll get bare Chelsea, bro.
That's the thing.
I know where to go out next.
Nobody lives in Cobham, bro. It's all for the rich people.
Exactly. Why do you think? Exactly.
Yep. Makes fucking sense, doesn't it?
It makes a lot of sense.
So, like, I tell you what, this is an anecdote.
I was out in Cobham the other week, bro, on a delivery. That's why I said it, bro.
So I never been down them ends before, and then I had I was doing something with BT, and they were filming down in Cobham, and so we went down there, and they paid my train ticket, and then I went to the Uber, and I got in the Uber, and they're taking me over to, and I'm like, and he goes, "You ever been here before?" I goes, "Nah, mate, I had no idea." And he's pointing at houses like Madonna lives here, all the Dragons live here, Robert Abramovich, he's got a place over there, and I'm looking at his face like, what the fuck is going on? This is like a different planet, bro, where we're at, like different levels of living. Houses starting like £5 million and that, and I'm like, this is different compared to where I'm from. Like,
have you been down?
Crazy.
I think I only went near that when I was at Astrid's thing a few months ago because she's got the whole fucking mansion place and everything, and that party thing. Yeah, because she lives in some gated mansion community, which is just fairs. But mad spot. So I understand where you're coming from a bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna see probably most of the Man United fans on the Elizabeth line, anyways. But it's just whether they
see them everywhere. They're like fucking COVID.
I was gonna say, you know, I have this theory. Every office, anywhere let alone just in England, has a Man United fan and has a Liverpool fan at a bare minimum. Then you'll find one of kind of Chelsea or maybe an Arsenal, somebody else from the top 6. Everyone.
Sorry, I just see the private chat. Fuck's sake, bro.
But yeah, that's my West Ham. Well, you don't
Hey,
even
fair.
rant. It's just stress.
Don't
It
blame you.
is
Don't blame
what
you.
it is.
Yeah.
Part of the game, innit, Chelsea?
Impossible.
But yeah, Mike's. We'll
Sorry
see if
about that, Neil.
Lopetegui
Sorry about
goes
that, Neil.
anytime soon, but I wouldn't put money on it.
I wouldn't-
On to something a bit more optimistic. Neil, you guys had a pretty good comeback against Southampton. I saw you guys going 2-0 down. I thought this usually doesn't happen to you guys away at Southampton. And then the usual occurred, and then you end up getting the victory. Thoughts on the comeback, and has your manager turned the corner, or no, still same old problems?
Yeah.
Let's see.
My
At the end of
blue
the day,
cup
let's see,
solution.
because we start basically the Southampton. We've always done well against Southampton. I'm just talking about the 9-0. We've always managed to go there and get some good results against them, regardless of the manager. So coming into the game, we've got a blueprint from last season. We smashed them 4-1 at their ground and 5-0 at home. We know how Russell Martin wants to play, and
It's him, innit?
that's how he wants to.
Sorry.
How he wants to play. But anyway, so we come into the game and
Neil
we
just got
set up.
distracted there.
I don't know
Sorry,
what's
Neil.
going
Go
on.
for it. Go for it, bro.
But
We'll get to it later.
okay, but
I do you know what it is? I typed it out at the wrong time, bro. That's the problem. Sorry, Neil.
Yeah, now he's just
it's
lost
all
all
good.
composure.
I'm
But
sorry.
yeah, so with
Sorry, Neil. Go for it. Go for it.
yeah, but it's all good. But yeah, but basically, Steve Cooper's got a thing that works, and he decided he's going to do the opposite. And basically, he plays his style of football with 2-0 down, and then he does something. Then he kind of changes it up a little bit. He changes to a Maresca system. Suddenly, it starts to work. Who would have thought the players that have played that won the championship last season, if you start to play the same way that of players that know what they're doing, they begin to win games. And it's this magical feeling. And yes, they went down to 10 men. And yes, they probably should have had a penalty when they shouldn't have. They probably should have. But for me, that game was brilliant. But if you trust Steve Cooper, we lose that game 2-0. And we shouldn't have lost that game. We won the game, which is brilliant. I'll never take away. I always want us to win. But I want to see what he does against Forest, because for me, that kind of shows me, is he going to be stubborn and go, no, let's go back to the old way of playing, because that's better. The team, when they went to that, everything just looked better. He's got this stupid thing of, we only need to pay one winger.
Yeah, he did that.
Who
Forest
does that?
as well. He did that Forest as well. That's why he got him sacked.
Yeah, it's like, what's the point?
One winger.
He's playing one
Yeah.
winger. And it's just like, I'm just like, okay, cool.
And how does that work?
He plays the midfielder there instead.
So on the other side's a midfielder,
a
and what? You just
midfielder.
push everyone over to one side of the pitch.
No, you bring the
Or is
he the
midfielder
outlet?
into a number 10, then you bring the other number 10 in that position back to the number 8, and then you leave the right side exposed. Because basically, people have seen it doesn't make any sense. Basically, but he leaves James Justin on a 2v1. And if you've noticed from Leicester City, every single goal we've conceded has been from that right hand side. And that's where teams will focus. And it's if I do match previews with you, that's where I'll say, look, when you watch I just was saying before when Mike's, it was like, if you watch a game, that's what I'll point out the position going. Again, I don't want us to lose, but if we're going to lose, we're going to lose in this area. And it's been happening since the beginning of the season. People have figured this out. So again, credit for Steve Cooper for changing it. But he started to do things. Who would have thought that Fatau was very good when he played 31 minutes? Why not start him? He's one of the best. And then everybody's going, he's so good. He had 31 minutes in the game, and look what he did. And he took on 2 defenders, nearly had a goal and a few assists. He's brilliant. But he's playing Jordan Ayew instead. Yes, he dropped Jordan Ayew. Who's he playing in place? Buonanotte. But Buonanotte is better in the number 10. So why are you playing him out wide? Making all these decisions. And the thing is, I'm happy we got the win. But for me, it's like, are you going to learn from this and see, look, when we actually play an attacking style, we're a really good team. But you're trying to play a counter-attacking team with a possession team, and it's just not working. We got a bit lucky at times. I mean, we won against Bournemouth, but that should have probably been a draw. We got lucky, to be fair, in Southampton. They should have had a penalty. and then we got a penalty for a similar kind of challenge. They got a red card. So I'm happy we won. But for me, it's where do you go from here? How do you learn? At the end of the day, we're creating a gap against the bottom three. I just want to stay up this season. That's all that matters. But people go, always you turned a corner. For me, it's your way of working doesn't work because we were 2-0 down against Southampton, one of the worst sides in the Premier League.
I was so
They're
shocked that you came
bottom.
back, though,
They
to
are
be fair.
shocking. And we went 2-0 down against them.
Terrible.
And we could have been 3 or 4, like genuinely. But in the second half, we changed it up. We took off the players that we think are shit, and we started performing. Who would have thought? Playing Christensen, who created one half chance all game and doesn't really defend, took him off, and the game just took off to another level. You play, you've got put Winks in a team. I've said before, Winks is, everybody can admit here, he's a solid, good quality Premier League player. But he got scared. He goes, I don't know what to do with him. But then we started playing attacking football. Then we started to play. So for me, that again, for that game, sums it up briefly. Southampton will wave and wave and wave and wave after attack, and we kind of absorbed it. And obviously, we got a couple of goals. But then we actually changed it, played an attacking system, and then we actually went on and win the game. Again, and what do we do from here? Do we sit on our laurels? Go, that's it. We'll go back to the 4-2-3-1, which doesn't work. Or do we go ahead and change the Enzo system, even for a little bit, just so we can build up some points? And then, do you know what? Once we get to 40 points, whatever, do whatever you want.
Just try and at least keep the same principles as a minimum. Like, maybe it didn't even have to be the same like sort of formation, but
the principles
I'm guessing you guys changed
one winger.
Yeah, like at the very change the principles in it, but in terms of the system, I don't know whether he'll change that or not. But it's like you got a brilliant opportunity to get the fans back on side this week because
exactly
like, Forest meant to be your biggest derby game.
Against our role. Leicester's a weird one because normally with a city, so there's us, Leeds, and Newcastle, biggish cities that only have one club. So what's weird about Leicester is that depending on where you live in the city and how old you are, your biggest rivals are different. So it's really so some people say it's Cov, some people say it's Derby. For me personally, it's Nottingham Forest. But depending on what area you grew up in, and for example, at times I remember when I was supported Leicester, we were the worst team in the Midlands in the Championship. We was hanging on for clear.
Do you know what's funny, Neil? Yeah, you know my first ever Arsenal game. Yeah, I went to was Arsenal 6, Leicester 1 at Highbury.
Oh yeah, 2002, 2003.
Nope, 2000.
Yeah,
I think
last time I saw a Leicester game, they came to us as champions. Last game of the season.
That was the first time. That was my first ever Arsenal match.
Mad. And that's when, again, how far you've fallen since. Because I was like, if we get anything out of this game, if it's less than 2-0, if it's 2-0 or less, it's considered a victory. And now I'm like, yeah. Shout out Sean. Sean's in the chat. Again, appreciate Sean.
Sean.
Again, you can give him credit for changing it. But you have to, again, and George is backing me up as well. Live in North Leicester, again, it's loads of Forest fans. For me, it was always Forest, and the best games were against Forest as well growing up, in my opinion. But yeah, he doesn't play. We've got a brilliant set of attacking players, and he just doesn't choose to play them. Jordan Ayew is a good player to have off the bench, and he scored and brilliant. But we brought him off the bench. And he did a job, but don't start him every game. He's not a person that's going to start every game and win you games. He's not that dude. But Steve Cooper likes him. So for me, I really want to see how we start in terms of formation and the lineup, because we've not got any injuries, really. We've not got any real problems. We've just got to go for it. And at the end of the day, look, people might, again, Mikez is in the position. People go, what are you complaining about? You're not in the bottom 3. You should be grateful to have a manager like Steve Cooper, who's got Premier League experience, etc., etc., etc. And I'm just like, bro, go and watch the football. Go and analyze the game. Why were we 2-0 down against Southampton? They've not put 2 goals past anyone, and they've put 2.5 this season.
Football.
Yeah, but the thing is, you got to be honest with these things. But some people just want to have an agenda and have a purpose, And for me, I'm
It's all
just
about
like,
agendas.
I don't think I'm that bad, but it's just look, you just got to be,
Yeah,
you got
my
to
guy.
say it how it is. So at the end of the day, give him credit for for scoring 3 goals, but should we be 2-0 down against Southampton by half time? No.
Oh my god, we got Inter
You
before
Hell
need
we
to
no.
got
give,
Chelsea.
Hmm?
Sorry,
so
I was saying I just see our upcoming fixtures before international break. We got Inter before we got Chelsea, bro.
Yeah, it's so you have Liverpool, Preston, then it's Newcastle into Chelsea.
God,
that's
you are a
pretty-
proper hater, aren't you? You know all
Nice
their
run.
fixtures.
I knew about that run from the start of the season. My
Exactly.
mouth
This
was
guy, I
salivating for
told
that
you,
one. Pause, bruv.
this
Then we
guy
go to
used to be
Inter,
an
and
Arsenal
then
fan.
they come to Chelsea. We will be there, bruv.
He used to be an Arsenal fan. He knows about that.
Don't ever lie on my name like that again, bruv. I have pictures of me as a 7-year-old in the 06, 07
believe-
Chelsea kit. Go
believe.
fuck yourself, bruv.
He has pics hidden of him in the 04, 03, 04 kit. Trust me.
What do you mean trust you? What the hell have you got those pictures? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Hey, the
Bit
source.
weird, bro.
Hey, source. Heinz.
All right, fairs for that at least, but yeah. That run I cannot wait for. But again, we have to do our job, so I ain't gonna say too much. Go beat Arsenal, and then I can get gas. Until then, nope. What's fair play, Neil? Fair play. Right, yeah. Well, we're gonna wrap up the stream anyway. It's been a really good episode of Shameless.
wait,
That's
no,
the
you
perfect
haven't-
way to
You
wrap it.
haven't done your Chelsea Liverpool thing yet. Look, this guy decided to turn up, bro.
Is he even
Who's
here?
this guy?
This guy.
Yeah, man.
Oh, there he is. Oh,
Yes,
Ryan,
The
you're
wrong
actually
way. You're
here.
pointing the
Big
wrong
up,
way, bro.
man.
You're just
He's
pointing
just on Twitter.
You go the other way.
No, I'm looking at my screen, bro. He's there.
No.
Ryan, are
is
you
it me
alive?
or is-
Yeah,
Wrong
man.
way.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have to point that way?
Yeah.
Yeah. It shows the other way on YouTube. So if I do that, it's gonna point the other way, basically.
So when I did that, I was really pointing at Neil.
Yeah.
You're pointing.
Yeah, that's fine. That works. Yeah.
No, but
that's
I was
pointing at
meant to
me.
point. I was meant to point at Chelsea. At Chelsea.
Mike.
At Lewis.
Now you're pointing
No,
at
that's
You're-
pointing the other way.
You're way
like
off.
drooping.
So Lewis is there then.
Yes.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's Mike.
Oh, that is for
Oh,
me.
there.
There.
That.
Yeah.
Third
Oh,
time a
boy.
charm.
Right, Ryan. Just quickly, thoughts on the Liverpool Chelsea game and your title hopes.
To be honest, I thought Chelsea actually played really well.
Onslaught in.
I thought the game deserved a draw, to be honest with you. I don't think any team deserved to, even though I don't think both teams like played badly or anything. I think, I don't think Chelsea deserved to lose. I think it was just like the quality. We just had more quality in both boxes. We defended better and we were just more clinical than what Chelsea were on the day.
Yeah.
I thought Chelsea actually they really impressed me, Chelsea, actually. And I knew that Chelsea, like, when I've watched them this season, they've been a lot better. They've shown a lot of improvements from last season. It's why you had frauds like Kassam, trying to say, oh, it's going to be Chelsea's funeral, we're going to bat. Like, anyone could
Big boy.
see this season that Chelsea are a much better team than last season from watching them this season. Like, anyone could see it. It's just, I think Hassam's just saying it just because he wants to die on that Poch hill. Like, he doesn't want to accept that he was wrong about Pochettino being shit. Like, Pochettino is shit. It's 2024. Like, he's not good anymore. And Hassam
He's
can't accept
quietly
that.
admitted that he's wrong now, but he's saying wait
He
till
had no
match day
choice,
15
like-
for an actual apology.
He had
But he's
no
already
choice,
said he's a
like-
That
better
is the US.
tactician and a better coach. So it's like,
No, he is.
Wow.
He is. I actually think
Crazy
Maresca
stuff.
overall on the actual day itself got the better of Slot. Even though we actually won the game, I think Maresca actually got the better. When you consider Chelsea were the away team coming to Anfield, and we're underdogs as well. The way you actually outplayed us at times in the game was very impressive. The way you pinned us back a lot of the time. People are saying our plan was to just sit back and look to play on the counter attack. I don't think that was our plan, and I think Slot said it himself today. Chelsea would just outplayed us on the ball at times, and I think you just pinned us back at a lot of the time. I don't think our pressing structure helped as well, which is one concern I actually have with Slot at the moment. I don't really like his pressing structure. I just feel like teams bypass our press way too easily, and I'm just able to to pin us back at times and just be able to get us at times. It just helps that we got a really good defense. That's the main improvement from last season. Our defense is really, really solid. Like even the other day, like as much of the ball as what Chelsea had, you didn't really create that many clear cut chances. Do you get what I mean? I felt like
Hmm.
you didn't really create that much
That
clear
was
cut.
because of how well you were set up defensively.
Yeah, exactly. We had a really good defense. Van
Just
Dijk and
suffocated
Konate.
all of our attacking players.
Yeah, exactly. Like we handled Cole Palmer really well. Curtis Jones in particular did a really good job on him.
Mhm.
I thought Caicedo and Lavia for you guys were exceptional. Lavia in particular when he was on the pitch was excellent. Really, really good. And yeah, I mean, I think we were struggling as well with Gusto inverting. I think in the first half, I think that I don't think any of us were expecting Gusto to actually play at left back as well, pre-game as well. So, but yeah, like I said, I thought Maresca. I'm not saying Slot got it completely wrong or anything. I think he got elements of the game right as well. Slot tactically the other day. I just
I'll
feel
take
like
care,
Maresca.
Cam. Bless up.
Yeah, big up. I
Big
just
up,
feel like
man.
Big up,
Maresca.
man.
Yeah, big up, man.
Arteta out.
I just feel like Maresca overall in the game just probably got it more right than what Slot did, even though you lost. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy we won. It was our first, you could say, this was the game people looking at and saying, oh, you ain't played anyone yet. This is your first real test. Even though I still think Man United away was a test because, like, for a Liverpool team going to Old Trafford, it's a lot different for a lot of other teams going there at the end of the day. But still,
Quietly,
like,
we might be giving you a more difficult game than Arsenal will this weekend.
that's the thing. I was saying, I forgot who I was saying it to earlier on. As I think Arsenal, I think you have to say Arsenal still currently are a better team than Chelsea, but I
Oh,
actually
yeah.
fear playing Chelsea more than Arsenal right now, just because I feel like there's more that could hurt us in Chelsea's team. Like if you look at it, for me, Chelsea have a better midfield currently than Arsenal and a better attack. Arsenal got the better defense, but I looked at Chelsea when I saw Chelsea's team news. I was like, Lavia and Caicedo, that's a problem. Like that's genuinely a problem. And Palmer in the 10, obviously, and then your attack,
And he
obviously, you
brought
got
James back as well. Like the progression that I saw
yeah.
from Chelsea is something I haven't seen in years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But with Arsenal, obviously your defense and goalkeeper are shaky. But you look at Arsenal. Arsenal's defense is good, but like their midfield don't worry me at the moment, especially without Odegaard, and their attack don't worry me either. Even with Saka, I wouldn't really be. I'm not really like fearful of their attack. So yeah, that's the thing. As much as Arsenal are a better team, I just fear playing Chelsea more right now. That's the thing. I'm not saying we're going to go beat Arsenal away because Arsenal away, playing away from home is still going to be very tough, even with injuries and suspensions they've got. But I still feel like we can go there and win, and definitely at least get a draw or something. So yeah, man. In terms of like Slot's been very good so far. I'm happy with it. Him defensively, like I said, is the biggest improvement. 100% biggest improvement. That's such a it's like chalk and cheese compared to this season from the last 2 seasons under Klopp, where we've just been defensively all over the place, forcing Alisson to make 1v1 saves every single game. Van Dijk playing out of his skin, being exposed to way more than what he should be. But now, man, we just look comfortable defensively. Obviously, there were controversial calls the other day as well. I'm not going to deny them. I thought, obviously you look at the Tosin thing, the Sancho thing, and maybe the decision overturned at halftime. They're all controversial decisions.
Yeah, like both teams could have had penalties, even with your penalty as well.
Yeah.
So the referee
I
was just a
think
bit garbage in general.
the Tosin thing was a bit weird. I still haven't made my mind up over what I think about that, to be honest with
Apparently,
you.
he got away with it just because like there was other players that
Yeah.
could have got to Jota too, so it wasn't necessarily a last man situation.
Yeah. I don't know. I can understand both sides.
If he
I
got a
think
red, I wouldn't have complained. I
Yeah.
would have understood.
Yeah, I think it was just one of those. I think it just could have gone either way. I think the Sancho one was a penalty. I'll be brutally honest. I think it was.
Same as both, innit?
Yeah.
Like
But
you
then
can't say no to that one and then give another one similarly in
Yeah.
like 10 minutes after.
Yeah, but then I do think that I actually have an opinion that I think the Curtis Jones one that got overturned for the Sanchez thing actually should have stayed the same, in my opinion. I just feel like because Sanchez didn't get a big touch on the ball and it rebounded off Jones, went past Sanchez, and then Sanchez took him out. I just feel like he stopped Jones from potentially getting to that ball. I just feel like that probably should have stayed, but I'm not really asked anyway. We got the win. Second half, I thought we defended really well after we went ahead, actually, really, really well. I don't really remember Chelsea having a clear creating a real clear chance against us in the second half after Curtis Jones scored. So now the way we saw out the game was really good in my opinion. And yeah, man, it'd be interesting to see. Obviously, this was the first game of our really, really tough run coming up. Obviously we got Arsenal, and then next month we got like City, Madrid in the same week. You know, so it's going to be a very tough run, and it's going to
Okay. So
show.
we all have tough runs coming up.
Oh yeah, 100%, and it's going to show
Every game's tough
what
for me.
exactly what we can expect from us this season, what we're actually made of this season. And yeah, man, I'm excited. I mean, title hopes. I still think it's a bit too early. I don't know. It's like I still need to see how we get through this run of games, and then I can give a more honest opinion on that. What I will say is that Arsenal don't really. I think if we beat Arsenal on the weekend, I think we go 7 points clear of them, and then City will beat Southampton, and then they're 6 points ahead of Arsenal. So already that's a gap.
Mm.
At the end of
Oh
the day.
shit! Yeah, you would.
That is mad.
Yeah,
That is mad.
if we went and beat Arsenal at Emirates, we're 7 points already ahead of Arsenal, having played them at the Emirates, which would be very significant, even though it's still
And
early
if
and
you
can be
beat them and we
overturned.
win, we go above Arsenal too.
Yeah,
Mm.
I mean, it is kind of crazy to be honest with
Ryan,
you.
I
Nah,
got you
it'll
this
be an interesting game, man. It'll be interesting. But yeah, man, I'm happy so far. I mean, Slot does seem much more tactically astute than Klopp was. Like I said, I still stand by. We just needed a change, man. The way we played football last 2 years ain't been good enough. And yeah, man, I'm happy. Apparently, Van Dijk is close to signing a new contract. I've heard that one's going to be pretty close. I think I actually have a feeling all three are going to sign. So yeah, let's see what happens with
Really? I
that,
thought
man.
at least Trent would be gone.
No, I actually think Trent's more likely to stay than Salah. Actually,
Swear.
big.
Okay.
I actually think with Salah's an interesting one because I think Salah actually really wants to stay. From what I've heard, it's more about. I think it's more doubts on the club side over what Salah's demands are in terms of do you give him a pay rise, the length of the contract extension you want to give him and stuff. I think the club kind of has a few doubts about that. But yeah, I actually have a feeling all three signed, to be honest with you. So that would be good. Van Dijk definitely signs, 100%. I've been confident about that from the start. That was always the easiest deal to do, and it looks like that's going to be done soon. So yeah, man. We're looking all right, man. We're looking all right. Let's just hope it continues, man. Because if we win at the Emirates on Sunday, just the momentum continues. You gain more confidence, and yeah, man. Let's see, because obviously Arsenal have their injury problems, so it'll be a very interesting game, man. It'll be interesting to see how Slot lines up in that game as well, because obviously we haven't seen Slot in like a big. Obviously he's played at Old Trafford, but we all know United are rubbish. It was a
Yeah,
tough
like
game in its
that's a
own
big
right, but this
derby,
is
not a big game.
yeah, it's a derby game more like that made that a
Yeah,
tough
it's
game as
actually
well.
Everton level now when you think about it.
No, it is 100%. I actually think Everton away could be tougher in a way because it was actually for us last season. Sean Dyche, the way he could line up to physically kind of impose themselves on us, that could be very tough, man. They did that last season at Goodison Park at the end of the day, and we weren't prepared for it properly, and we lost. So it'll be, I think, but obviously Arsenal away is a different level in terms of the quality you're playing, and of that, they're still a team that's been up there challenging last couple of years. So it'll be interesting to see how Slot kind of lines up and sets up in that game because apparently he's been known for like in big away games kind of maybe being a bit more pragmatic. I'm not saying like he parks the bus or anything, but he's a bit more conservative. So it'll be interesting to see, man, because last season when we were set up at the Emirates horribly, like even in the FA Cup game we won last season at the Emirates, we got so lucky in that game because I remember Arsenal dominated us first half and they should have been about 3 up, but they just missed
Yeah.
their chances. So, and obviously the league game, we were horrible in that game at the Emirates as well. So I'm expecting a much better setup on Sunday, to be honest with you. And yeah, let's see what happens. We got Champions League tomorrow as well. Hopefully, just get a couple more wins in that, and it puts a lot less pressure on that Madrid game. I'd say later next month, because we all know what our record's like against Madrid. So even
Well,
though how
they ain't
bad we,
looking like well, say that second half.
they
Maybe they
still
are
won,
just
didn't
Madrid.
they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they haven't done well all season. They haven't played well all season, but I feel like we just have this kind of mental block against Real Madrid. Like genuinely, it's like it's a bit, yeah.
I think that's
But
just a natural feeling at this point.
yeah,
Not for
exactly.
Liverpool, I mean just in general.
No,
It's a
but the
rubbish
amount of
thing.
times we've lost to
You could
them,
be 3-0 up against them and just think, nah, but they're Madrid though.
yeah, I
Yeah.
know what you mean. Yeah, I know.
Speaking of bad memories for us off that one too, yeah.
That whole Champions League run was based off that.
Oh, yeah, the
PSG,
PSG and
Chelsea,
City
Man
games
City,
too.
like that was
Yeah,
mad.
that was
They
crazy.
got themselves out. The Man
Jammy
City one was crazy.
motherfuckers, bro.
I don't know how they did the Man City one. That was even more crazy. Like
That's
Two
just
goals.
straight on Man City.
That Man
I
City
can't
one
lie.
was crazy. I remember that was mental.
When
2
Morris
goals
scored,
in
I
a
thought
minute
they were in
in
the
added
final.
time.
Yeah, when Morris scored, I thought they were in the final. Cool.
Yeah,
And
I
then
was
They
they-
like,
are
oh
the
shit. Yeah,
definition
when
of
Mahrez scored, I
good.
was like, we're playing him in the final for fuck's sake, because we
Yeah.
got through to the final the day before. I remember against Villarreal.
Yeah,
So,
I
yeah, I
thought
was
I was
like,
looking forward to Klopp versus Pep final, and then all of a sudden Real Madrid had different ideas.
It was crazy.
I
'cause we
Neil,
were going
bless
for
up.
them. Yeah, big up.
Cheers,
Neil.
everyone. Have a good evening. I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah,
You
I
take
remember
care,
that
brother.
season. We were going for the quadruple that season. I remember, and we were going for City for the title as well. So it was like really close title race at the time. And it looked like we were going to play each other in the Champions League final. It was crazy that, honestly. Yeah. I don't know if we would have beaten City that year in the Champions League final. I'm not sure. It would have
I
been
actually
You
think
interesting.
can't tell because you drew both your games that season.
Yeah, no, they outplayed us in both, but maybe because they at that time City hadn't won a Champions League yet. It was
Yeah.
before the Inter. I just feel like maybe the pressure, maybe on that final would have been more on City potentially. Trying to get the first one. We already have 6, so it was like maybe. And I think City had defensive injuries at the end of that season as well. They had quite a lot of defenders injured, so maybe that could have helped us. And the way City played, maybe that could have played into our hands a little bit more than what Madrid did. So I don't know, man. It would have been interesting.
Yeah, I guess we'll all come down to just speculation anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
But for now, yeah, we're gonna wrap up this stream. It has been a really good episode of Shameless FC.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is the calmest I felt after a defeat in years, which is a good thing. We're gonna send you guys over to Flawless though. He's got the Man United Arsenal
Big up
show.
you, man,
Cam's
though. I
gonna
need
be
to
over
go,
there
but
as
big up
well.
you, man.
So yeah, big up to everybody. We'll see you guys soon. Hit the likes, subscribe, and up the Chels.